now confused, cause every one of my tunes is screaming Jesus peace. I was bumping that trip.
Hi, it's me again, and today, instead of talking about math or physics, I wanted to talk about kirigami. Kiri is the Japanese word cut, and gami is like an art thing. So like you've all heard of origami, which is the whole foldy paper thingy. And kirigami is, oh, I didn't even say what my name is. It's me. Kirigami is paper cutting art. So for an example, this is a piece of paper from a kirigami calendar that's commercially available that I like. I don't remember what to call it. It's like you can Google kirigami calendar or something like that. But anyway, it's basically just making a snowflake. You take your little piece of paper, you draw on it what you want to cut out, and you start folding. So you fold one time, and then you fold another time, and another time, and another time. Here's where the spiritual metaphor comes in. Bear with me. God is pretty cool, and he can see everything, as we've covered before. And he's also the person who designed this. This is not a piece of paper. There is no paper. Bear with me. And no, I'm not showing you random slides. This piece of paper represents a situation that you see. And in that situation, you do see some pattern. All of us see some pattern. We look around, and then cutting happens. So, say somebody hurts you, or you get a bad grade in your class, or you suck at your job, or some horrible, depressing thing like that. That sucks. I feel like you've tried everything, or you try your best, you put your all into it, but it just keeps going. Those scissors just, and the situation just is getting really cut up, and you're like, what's happening to the paper? It's all falling down. The first lesson of the snowflake is that there are 6 sides to every story, not just 2. If I am cutting this piece of paper and it starts moving, we're gonna have issues, because it's gonna be like, and it's not gonna turn out right. Sometimes you have to wait until a situation unfolds before you see what it's like. And that's how people are made. I don't believe God makes people in the womb. I don't believe that God creates you just then and then you just grow. I believe he creates you over the course of your life. He says in Romans 8:28 that all things work together for good to them that love God and are called according to his purpose. Well, in kirigami, every little cut is working together for something beautiful, and you just have to wait till all the events have unfolded, and you'll see all the different sides to the story. And sometimes an event doesn't finish unfolding until a gazillion years afterwards. C.S. Lewis once had one of his creatures say in Out of the Silent Planet that an event isn't finished until you have done all the remembering of it you could possibly do. So sometimes you may not see why something happened until gazillion times later. So sometimes we do have to wait. But because I hate people telling me to just, be strong and wait, because I can't do that. There's hope before that. And the hope before that is that, yes, I cheated and didn't cut this out. You can see the lines now. There are lines. God didn't leave us without little lines. So every time you see the lines and you start seeing what kind of things is he cutting along? What kind of things, or maybe it's not him cutting, maybe he's just letting the events happen because he knows they're going to make you stronger. Look at the lines. Because along those lines, you'll start to find, usually you start noticing like things that you can improve on yourself. I'm not saying you can do anything on your own, but the things that you yourself need to maybe just get off your butt and change. And then there are things that aren't lines, the blank spaces in between. Maybe those are things you just need to relax and rest. And it's really easy to say relax and really hard to actually do it. But there was a pretty wise Chinese philosopher of the Taoist school, I'm not Taoist, but who advocated Wu Wei, which is non-action. Lao Tzu basically said that it was non-action that made things happen. So basically you don't do anything. I do believe you should be doing things in your life, but the idea is actually a pretty Christian principle because Isaiah says, those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. What's it mean to wait? I have problems waiting. What's it mean? How do I know that I'm not going to be the little paper moving and moving and fluttering and fluttering? Sometimes the best you can do is just know that you're loved. Something beautiful. Kind of like this. There's two interesting things about Japanese paper. One of them is that, in East Asia, not necessarily in Japan, although they do this in Japan, you have to write little prayers and put them in bells and stuff in order for that somebody can hear you, somebody up there. You know, the really great thing is our God says we can cry out aloud at night from our beds, as says the psalmist, and God will hear us. So that's a nice thing to remember, that no matter what happens, God hears you. You don't have to fold up paper. So that was your Japanese culture lesson, or you got to learn about the Taoist school, Kirigami, and the meaning of the words kiri and gami. And about prayers, Japanese prayers. So feel successful. You learned something today. Bye and God bless.